Hello and welcome back, fellow audio enthusiasts. It is I, Jason, your host of 2-Channel Listening. You know how many times I've had to do that and not laugh my ass off? But anyways, what I want to do for you is something a little bit different. I want to create a short form video. I know many of you have been begging for that. Since this is going to be a used component review of an integrated amplifier, this is how it's going to go. This review is going to follow a different format from what I would usually do for you all. I want to create a condensed down short form review. So what we have here is an NAD C388 integrated amplifier with the upgraded BluOS 2i module. Now, currently, as of this video, NAD is selling the C399 integrated amplifier, and with the BluOS 2i module, that retails for $2,600 US. I picked up this dealer demo model for $1,500. Yeah, baby. I created a rankings table. Here it is. This rankings table is of all of my integrated amplifiers from the past several years. I'm going to post the categories and the attributes that I look for in an amp so that you may pause and read as you wish. As I review future integrated amplifiers, I will add to this rankings list and repost them for you as I go. Mind you, there are some very eclectic choices on that list. Regarding the price rankings, that is judged on the current retail price for that component while it is still being offered for sale by the manufacturer. For instance, the name 5SI fell a couple of spots due to it now costing $2,000 US. Its price hurts its ability to be competitive. As for the sound quality category, it has a double weight for the obvious reasons. Okay, so let's go. Here are your specifications for the C388. Important note is this model's amp topology is based on the Hypex UCD module and not the Encore module found in the Masters M10. That's a crucial piece for when I review the M10 and the newest Peachtree Carina. Yes, I have one. Here you go. Here are the 5 speakers that I have connected to the C388 thus far. Now, the classic line NAD integrated amplifier, I think it looks drab, and it's industrial dark with its industrial dark charcoal gray chassis. Yes, it serves a purpose for maximum utility and return on investment. The case is solid, and particularly this top plate steel is thicker than many of its counterparts, adding to the amp's 24 pounds. The 388 is actually twice the weight of the more expensive and diminutive M10. The switchgear is pretty solid. The selector / volume knob is smooth and it has 0 play. It's nice and tight. There is a limited range color screen that for me, I cannot see title tracks or artist information at my 8.5 feet away sitting position. However, yes, I can see the volume and sources when selected, so it is not entirely superfluous. Let me tell you, maybe I am old school, but thank you NAD for a full function remote. I cannot stand being forced to use only a cell phone or a tablet for control when most times I am just chilling and I want my hand resting on the remote for intuitive volume adjustment, mute, or track skipping. I do not want to have to pick up my phone every damn time I want to make a change. I think these things matter, especially for the prices that we pay. But I digress. For many years, NAD has led the pack with its modular, upgradable products. The C388 is no exception with its 2 card slots, allowing for the BluOS module or adding also a full HDMI module that allows you part-time movie buffs out there the opportunity to turn your 388 into a 2.2 system, meaning you've got your front mains and the ability to run 2 subwoofers. NAD and BluOS are a fantastic marriage. I gave high regard to my time with the C658 preamp DAC. I think the 388 is an even greater value player below the $2,500 price category. I'll say this, I rely 100% on the LAN connection for flawless playback stability. The Bluetooth option works well enough, but I will share that I hooked up an HiFi Zen 1 signature Bluetooth DAC to the stereo inputs of the 388, and it simply sounded cleaner and clearer across the board. It was noticeable enough that I just wanted to share that. Nevertheless, when you take it as a whole, the BluOS app and user experience is the best I have yet used at blue collar prices. It is the easiest to navigate, the easiest for initial setup, and with Tidal, I think it's a perfect companion. The 388 can do nearly every source save for a tape loop at this price level. Yes, there are more expensive competitors whom do not come close, in my opinion. Let's talk performance. Let me post those 5 speakers again for you. I have listened to this group with a GAN-FET topology, with a Hypex Encore, B&O ICE modules, and Hypex UCD modules. In my opinion, the 388's UCD module is incredibly similar to how the B&O units sound. Many times I found myself connecting the Aperion Audio N6T speakers or the Canton Chrono 90s to this 388 amp. I call the 388 my palate cleanser. It is a baseline machine. I find that its Class D implementation imparts the least amount of influence on the music and in turn how the speakers react to the amp. The 388 has a solid bass foundation with good definition, weight, and punch. Across all 5 speakers, this was the most consistent of its attributes. There is no flashy tip-up of the treble range or excess ringing. The vocals I found were neither too forward nor recessed. The 388 let the speaker design do the talking, unlike the Encore in the M10. By comparison, the 388 is relaxed and subtle. Some might call it a shade dark. I would say it has better balance than several of its counterparts, even within the same stable. I call it gentler at the frequency extremes. Its sonic strengths are rather simple if you ask me. The 388 does no harm to the music. I really do give it high marks for the things it does not do to the music that makes it more pleasurable than so many integrated amps on that list. Therefore, when I account for its price, its competition, its class-leading source connectivity, and again, what I would say is a neutral behavior, I just wasn't surprised that it floated to the top of my list. For example, when connected to the more difficult Vienna acoustic Beethoven baby grands, those things can dip below 2.5 ohms. The 388 can provide dynamic burst of 400 watts to handle those 2 ohm load requirements. Bravo to NAD, my hat's off to you guys. I did not hear the amp really stress when pushing the mid 90 dB SPLs with these baby grands. Really, the only way I found any weaknesses with the 388 is when I had to step up to my three times more expensive Peachtree HiFi Rose combination. With those 3 boxes, yes, they do sound more effortless. They have a wider sound stage, and I would say much greater inner detail nuance. Of course, it does require the Beethoven baby grands. That's a $6,500 speakers, folks. Played on more reasonably priced speakers like the Aperion Audio N6Ts, and that difference does shrink, making the NAD a terrific just add speakers amp for those of you out there who are seeking speakers below the $3,500 price threshold. I will say this. Prior to the 388, you all know that I said that the Peachtree Nova 150 at $1,000, that's the integrated amplifier to buy. Just add your favorite source, just add your favorite streamer to that. The fact that you have so many of these out there now with depreciated price and lots of dealer demos, I'm going to say you now have two really excellent choices. You have your industrial look or you have your Art Deco look. The choice is yours. I thank you for spending your time with me. Let me know if you like this shortened format for the used gear. And I tell you what, turn off those TV, folks. Turn your music on. Enjoy your favorite artists. Don't take those things for granted. I wish you all a fantastic week and hope that you join me for the next video review of the Beethoven Baby Grand. What do I think of those? What do I think of those beautiful rosewood Austrian speakers? I'll see you next time.